MMA Rants and Raves, Deane Sylvia versus Hong-man Choi. Guys, I hear this fight is going to happen in the Moosin event in October. It's rumored so far, but if it does happen, let's talk about it. Let's talk about these two fighters. Start with Hong-man Choi. I mean, this guy, there's no question about it. He's the biggest guy in mixed martial arts. Over 7 feet tall, weighs about 336 pounds. The guy is huge. He has a really big reach advantage on all his opponents, which gives him an advantage. He has extensive K1 experience, so he has some fighting skills to go with that size and reach, which really helps him be a successful fighter. And of course, we know he has some mixed martial arts experience. He's fought Fedor, and nobody can forget that fight. He actually looked good at the beginning, got submitted, but he hits hard. He hits quick for a big man. You saw Fedor's face was pretty bruised up, so the guy is a competitor. He's got some skills. Let's talk about Deane Sylvia. The guy has an extensive background in mixed martial arts. He's a former two-time UFC heavyweight champ. Striking is good. He's a striker. He likes to stand up, uses reach advantage, and his boxing skills. So if these two guys fight, this is what I see happening. Of course, it's going to be stand-up. You're going to see Hong-man Choi implementing his K1 experience and striking. You're going to see Sylvia using his striking and his experience as a striker. Now, to make a prediction on this fight, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for Sylvia in one way, and here's where Choi has the advantage. He's got to reach. And Sylvia has never faced a guy this big. All Sylvia's fights, he's always fought guys that were basically smaller than he was. Here's a guy who's going to be just the opposite. He's going to be a lot bigger. So he's going to show, you might see some problems that Sylvia's going to have with Choi's reach. So that might be an issue. However, here's where Sylvia has the advantage. Sylvia has been on the rise. He's won his last 2 fights. He looked good, and he looked much better than he did against Ray Mercer. He just was really out of shape. He looked much better in the Punjanovsky fight. He looked conditioned. His cardio looked good. He looked like he had a game plan. He was confident. That's the way that fight went. Now, as far as Choi, I mean, he really hasn't been active. It seems like his last fight in K1 was back in December of '08, which was a loss. And his last fight in mixed martial arts was back in October of '09. So if this fight happens in October, it's not going to be it's going to be like a year since he's been back fighting. So you're going to have ring rust in that situation. And there's something else I heard about him being an actor part-time. And you know how it is. You can't balance an acting career or anything else with mixed martial arts. Mixed martial arts is a full-time job. It requires full-time training, full-time focus. And if you're thinking of doing something else, you can't moonlight as a mixed martial artist. It's not going to work. So that might be a distraction. So, it's still hard to predict. Anything can happen in this fight, but it just seems that Sylvia is making a comeback, and it just looks like Hong-man Choi has lost 3 straight K1 fights and lost his last mixed martial arts fight. It may be that he is on a bit of a decline. So based on that, I'm just going to throw up a prediction. I see this fight possibly going to a decision. These guys are just going to fight with each other, strike with each other until it goes to round 3. And I see Sylvia possibly winning this fight by a decision. That's the way I see it going. I'd like to know what you think about this fight and how you think it might go. Please leave your comments below the video, rate this video and subscribe, and thank you for tuning in.